Welcome to the Riviera Firefly podcast with your host, entrepreneur Antonia Bozan-Brown.
Hi, so this is the Riviera Firefly midweek episode. It's a short podcast packed with a couple of tips and quick wins for your business. As you may know, I run a mastermind for established small business owners, and in it we hold each other accountable, we set goals. It's given us really amazing traction in 2017. All of us have started to accomplish really, really great things. I'm going to be setting up a small mastermind for auto entrepreneurs and tiny businesses facing the same issues and goals. I'll set it up probably in the spring once I've got 6 people registered who have similar sized businesses and will have the same kind of speed that they want to attain things. So get in contact with me if you want some information on that. So, on to my top tip for the week. In my mastermind, we challenged each other to do a Facebook Live. So this is the new thing on Facebook, and it's really taking everything by storm. I've got to say, it's not my favourite. I really enjoy podcasting and videoing, although I'm starting to do more and more. It really is out of my comfort zone. I really had to brace myself to do it. Here's something really interesting. I've been really very careful about who's my friend on Facebook, that kind of thing. So I've kept it quite closed down, which is different to LinkedIn. I've been much more professional about that. But I have doubled my ratio of friends to views on this video, which is amazing. I've managed to get about 600 views of my tour of Kidooland. All these extra people seeing inside Kidooland that hadn't seen it before, and lots of my friends who haven't been for a long time got to see it again. Recently I interviewed Lizzie Parks, and before that went live I asked one of the choir members to do a Facebook Live, and they did. Again, they have quite a small friend base, very intimate friend base on Facebook, and they have got now over 1,000 views because that has been shared across the choir. That's amazing publicity for Lizzie Parks and the Big Blaze Choir. So, how do you do it? Let's go through it. Number 1, top tip, is to let your audience know in advance that you're going to be doing an upcoming live video. Rachel Dickens, the English osteopath, did exactly that. She said, in an hour I'm going to be going live, showing you around my cabinet of osteopathy. Experiment with images, or maybe you can do a little short video saying that a big video is going to come, that kind of thing. Now, the second tip is to prepare and practice. Think ahead. What are you going to say? Maybe you can actually do a little run through without filming yourself so that you kind of know exactly where you're going to move around, what you're going to focus on with your camera, and have an idea of what you're going to say. Try to minimize the background, make sure there's not too much ambient noise, and get used to holding the phone. So you're going to hold it yourself, or you're going to use a selfie stick or some kind of mount, or do like I do and give it to a co-worker. And they were in charge, therefore, of making sure that I was in shot and it was all going okay. And that was just one less thing for me to think about. Another big thing, particularly in France, is you need to make sure you've got a strong broadband connection, because you don't want it to be dropping in and out of connection once you've started. So make sure that you've got distractions off, your calls are set to forward or divert so that your phone isn't going to ring while you're doing a live. And decide in advance whether you're going to acknowledge your audience or not. So a couple of videos ago, I did acknowledge the audience as they were coming in. Facebook does recommend that you do that. So address your commentators by name and say that you're really happy that they're joining you. It did give some of my listeners a bit of a shock, because one of them had just got out of the shower, and so she was like, I hope you couldn't see me. Well, no, I couldn't, don't worry. So you're about to go live, relax, take a big smile like Faye Vialba would do in the yoga, take a deep breath, and off you go. So you can actually be answering people's questions. That does take a little bit of practice to do, but it is possible, and your viewers love it. They can sort of do a high five or a big love, and you really feel the love when you're sitting in front doing your video. So okay, you've got your app open on your phone, you click live, it's going to ask you what's the topic about, so you're going to put a little topic. So mine was the tour of Kidooland. Then you hit live and it'll give you a little countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then it goes live. Try to be quite personable, keep smiling, just, be yourself. Introduce your company, tell your audience what you're going to be talking about. And Facebook do like it to last about 10 minutes. Well, mine was about 2 minutes. That doesn't really give enough time for people to jump on and start loving it. But it's probably good to start with 2 minutes and maybe build yourself up to 10 minutes, unless you've got tons of content and you know what you're going to do. At the end, it's a great idea to add in you can contact me by contacting this email address or this website. So what happens right after is Facebook is then going to create an archived version of the video, which will then be posted onto your timeline. And as I found, your views can go up enormously once it's in your timeline. Loads of people are going to watch it not live. So this is a great time. You can add your website as a comment. You can thank people in a little after comment for watching. You can encourage questions and comments to get a little bit more interaction on the item that you've posted on your Facebook. Afterwards, you can also edit the video, so you can change the thumbnail that it's going to get saved with. You can add a date stamp, that kind of thing. And that's where I put in things like Kidooland, the English Language Centre, we do Stage Vacances, that kind of thing, a little bit of promotional stuff. Because as it gets viewed by people and shared across the Facebook network, that information is going to be sent out across Facebook, which, let's face it, is one of the top 3 websites in the world. And then you get to analyse the results, which is fantastic. Through Facebook, you can look at the metrics and you can see the total number of people that are viewed, whether they watched a portion, whether they watched the whole thing, was it just 10-second views, how many unique viewers you got, and whether there were any reactions, comments, shares, that kind of thing. Facebook is in love with Facebook Live right now, so get to it, go for it, and do give me a little shout back on our Riviera Firefly Facebook page. Let me know how you went. I'm happy to share some of the Facebook Lives if you do hashtag Riviera Firefly. Good luck! So there you have, in under 7 minutes, some tricks of the trade from the Riviera Firefly, sponsored by kidooland.com. Go and take some action.